Der Bad Boy des Biathlons, Emilien Jacquelin. Vom kleinen Jungen aus Grenoble zum Back-to-Back-Weltmeister im Verfolger. Seine Kämpfe auf der Schlussrunde gegen Johannes Thingnes Boe und warum er mit seinem Idol und Freund Martin Fourcade sein emotionalstes Rennen erlebte. Außerdem will Justine Bräser-Boucher nach dem Heiligen Gral greifen und Lisa Hauser verlässt den österreichischen Skiverband. Das und vieles mehr in dieser Folge, also ab geht's.
Biathlon. News, Fakten, Analysen und die Stars der Szene.
Herzlich willkommen zu einer neuen Extra-Runde. Leute, ich bin zurück. 33 Tage vor dem Weltcup-Start. Ist das zu glauben, Leute? Wir haben fast den letzten Monat schon geknackt. Und mir ist mal aufgefallen, oder es ist mir eigentlich schon länger aufgefallen, aber dass noch ganz schön viel zu tun ist für mich auch bis zum Saisonstart mit den ganzen Sachen, die ich so geplant habe und was ich alles vorhab. Aber mehr dazu in den nächsten Wochen. Seid gespannt, was auf euch zukommt und seid gespannt, was heute auf euch zukommt, denn mit mir hier in dieser Extra-Runde. Für mich ein absolutes Highlight und da habe ich persönlich auch sehr lange drauf hingearbeitet, ihn hier vors Mikro zu bekommen. Emilien Jacquelin ist am Start, Leute. Ihr habt's gehört. Und da gibt's einen kleinen Insider zwischen uns beiden, also Emilien und mir. Da werde ich nach dem Gespräch noch was zu erzählen. Aber Leute, ihr wisst es. WM 2020, Emilien Jacquelin wird Verfolgungs-Weltmeister 2021. Verteidigt er den Titel mit einem furiosen Rennen auf der Pokljuka mit 2 absolut kranken Schießeinlagen im Stehendanschlag. Und danach den Winter schafft er es mit einem sehr starken Dezember dann im neuen Jahr 2022 ins gelbe Trikot zu laufen, aber dann der Abbruch. Also es wurde erstmal zappenduster für Emilien, so wie auch für uns seit Sonntag ab 17 Uhr, kann man so sagen. Er beendete nämlich dann erstmal auch die Saison 2022-23 vorzeitig. Und das kann man gar nicht glauben, wenn man sich nochmal vor Augen führt, was er damals für einen guten Start hatte. Aber es lief dann hinten raus einfach nicht mehr und er brauchte auch wirklich lange, um wieder in die Spur zu finden. Und deshalb wollte ich mal wissen von ihm, was war denn da los zu dieser Zeit und wie ist es überhaupt dazu gekommen? Und ob er auch im vergangenen Winter selber noch daran geglaubt hat, dass er am Ende wirklich Sechster im Gesamtweltcup werden konnte. Denn danach sah es ja auch sehr lange Zeit nicht aus. Die Franzosen hatten ja einen unglaublich schlechten Start letzten Winter und haben dann erst so ab der Weltmeisterschaft circa ganz gut aufgedreht, waren dann auch materialmäßig richtig gut dabei, also es wärmer wurde hinten raus und dann hat es auch wieder funktioniert. Aber Leute, das erfahrt ihr gleich im Gespräch mit ihm und außerdem, welche Gedanken hatte er denn, als er bei seinem WM-Titel 2020 in Antolz gemeinsam mit Johannes Thingnes Boe auf die letzte Runde gehen musste? Was hat er wirklich vom großen Martin Fourcade gelernt, der ja wirklich auch nicht nur sein Vorbild ist, sondern auch einer seiner besten Freunde? Und ein Diskussionspunkt immer wieder bei ihm, sein absolut verrücktes und schnelles Schießen. Auch seine Trainer versuchen ihn ja immer wieder zu stoppen. Wie denkt er selber darüber? Wo kommt das überhaupt her? Und warum macht das nicht einfach langsamer? All das in dieser Folge. Macht euch auf was gefasst, aber erstmal wie immer die News der Woche.
Frisch gewachst.
Bleiben wir direkt in Frankreich, Leute, denn Justine Bräser-Boucher, die greift nach der großen Kugel. Also das Comeback im letzten Jahr, das lief ja schon wirklich, wirklich gut. Es war bislang ihre erfolgreichste Saison, aber da ist natürlich auch noch mehr drin. Und das sagt sie jetzt auch selber in einem Interview mit dem Nordic Mag, das ist ein französisches Online-Magazin. Ihre Worte: Einer meiner Träume ist es, am Ende der Saison die große Kristallkugel zu holen. Es ist der heilige Gral des Biathlons und da stimme ich ihr auf jeden Fall zu. Also ich glaube, es gibt nichts Größeres, als einmal Gesamtweltcup-Siegerin zu werden im Biathlon. Über eine gesamte Saison einfach die beste Frau, der beste Mann zu sein und da ganz oben in der Tabelle zu stehen. Und dazu hat Justine jetzt auch im vergangenen Winter, nicht in der vergangenen Vorbereitung, ihre Umfänge nochmal erhöht und fühlt sich zurzeit deshalb auch ein bisschen müde, aber das wird dann hoffentlich auch bis zum Winter wieder abbauen und dann sich auch auszahlen. Wobei ich mir da gedacht habe, schneller muss sie ja eigentlich gar nicht mehr werden. Also sie ist schon mit Abstand die schnellste Frau hinter Anna-Maria Lampic, die aber ja auch andere Probleme dann erstmal hat und die sie kompensieren muss. Aber Justine Bräser-Boucher muss das eben nicht. Sie ist insgesamt einfach eine sehr, sehr gute Athletin. Also schneller muss sie wirklich nicht mehr werden. Kann sie vielleicht auch gar nicht mehr, weiß ich nicht, wir werden es sehen, Leute. Obwohl sie noch nicht oder jetzt vielleicht erst in ihre besten Jahre kommt, vielleicht aber auch erst in 2-3 Jahren. Aber sie kann natürlich konstanter am Schießstand werden, denn das ist natürlich das Ding bei ihr, dass sie immer mal wieder so Aussätze hat, wo es dann nicht läuft oder auch für eine längere Zeit mal nicht läuft oder so ein Rennen hat, wo sie im Sprint dann mal 3-4 Fehler schießt und das katapultiert sie natürlich dann auch sehr weit nach hinten und dann hat sie wieder einen anderen Tag, wo sie im Massenstart alles trifft und dann haushoch gewinnt oder auch in einem Einzelrennen. Absolut verrückt, aber ich glaube, Das gilt in den Griff zu kriegen und dann muss man wirklich sagen, gibt es eigentlich keine Frau, die ihr gefährlich werden kann. Mal gucken, ob sie es hinbekommt. Ich bin da sehr gespannt und glaube auch, dass man von ihr noch ein bisschen mehr erwarten kann als im letzten Winter. Allerdings hat mich in dem Interview auch eine Aussage von ihr stutzig gemacht. Sie sagt nämlich, ich habe noch einige Saisons, das zu schaffen. Also die große Kugel zu holen. Und das fand ich ein bisschen seltsam. Vielleicht hat es auch so aus dem Affekt rausgesagt im Interview. Ich kann es nicht so ganz deuten. Aber eigentlich soll ja 2026 Schluss sein, das hat sie mal gesagt. Ich glaube, letztes Jahr war das. Und da habe ich mich gefragt, ob vielleicht jetzt diese Vergabe an Frankreich 2030 ihre Ziele etwas verändert hat, dass sie sagt, ja, die will ich dann doch noch mitnehmen, die Heimolympiade 2030 zu Hause. Und dass sie vielleicht jetzt doch noch das anvisiert, denn auch Canton Fiormaillet habe ich gelesen, der visiert eventuell auch noch 2030 an. Der wäre dann zwar schon 37, wird sogar in einem Jahr noch 38 Jahre alt. Aber wenn er das dann schafft und Justine Brézard-Boucher ist gerade mal 28, glaube ich, also die hat ja noch relativ viele Jahre vor sich auf sportlicher Höchstleistungsbasis, dann glaube ich, könnte sie das doch auf jeden Fall auch noch durchziehen. Lassen wir uns überraschen, denn ich glaube, nach 2026 werden wir dann schlauer sein. Und eine Frau, die vielleicht auch 2026 schon ihre Karriere beenden wird, das könnte Lisa Hauser sein. Die wendet sich nämlich jetzt vom österreichischen Skiverband sogar ab und will die letzten Jahre ihrer Karriere laut eigener Aussage auf eigene Faust organisieren. Sie trainiert ja selber jetzt schon die letzten 2-3 Jahre auf eigene Faust oder mit den Schweizerinnen viel zusammen unter Trainerin Sandra Flunger, die sie ja auch damals zum Biathlon gebracht hat vom Langlauf. Und ich glaube, da kann man schon dann auch zwischen den Zeilen lesen, dass da irgendwas nicht so ganz passt zwischen ihr, Lisa Hauser, und der Entwicklung im österreichischen Skiverband. Sie tritt natürlich auch erstmal weiterhin für Österreich an oder natürlich auch bis zum Ende ihrer Karriere. Muss sich allerdings jetzt erstmal selbst finanzieren, also alles, was sie da macht, das wird dann nicht mehr vom Verband unterstützt. Und sie bleibt logischerweise auch weiterhin ein wichtiger Teil, vor allem für die österreichische Staffel, Mixstaffel, Single-Mix-Staffel. Aber fehlt damit natürlich auch den jüngeren Athleten und Athletinnen vor allen Dingen im Training, wie Anna Gantler, Anna Andechser oder auch den anderen Athletinnen, die da mittrainieren. Denn ich glaube, es ist immer sehr wichtig, dass man eine gute Athletin im Team hat, an der man sich orientieren kann, wo man weiß, ja, ich bin ein bisschen näher dran gekommen in der Vorbereitung oder ich sehe vielleicht auch, ich mache Fortschritte oder einfach auch nur, um zu wissen, wo ich mal hinkommen muss, wenn ich zu den Besten gehören will. Denn wenn eine Lisa Hauser fit ist, dann ist sie das natürlich ohne Zweifel. Deshalb glaube ich schon eine Schwächung auch über das ganze Jahr gesehen für das österreichische Team. Aber wenn es Lisa damit besser geht und sie dann auch besser klarkommt und ihr Training selber organisieren kann, ich glaube, dann ist das doch am Ende auch der wichtigste Part. Und dann kommt sie auch im nächsten Winter hoffentlich genauso stark zurück, wie wir sie eigentlich kennen. Und vielleicht ist sie ja dann sogar auch bei diesem Event wieder dabei, dem Skiskyttekampen. Also ich glaube, jeder, der hier Schwedisch spricht und gerade zugehört hat, der wird jetzt einmal die Augen verdreht haben. Und wer gar nicht weiß, was ich überhaupt damit meine, es ist natürlich das neue Biathlon-Event im Stockholmer Olympiastadion, das wir dieses Jahr im Februar zum ersten Mal gesehen haben. Ich glaube, es war Februar, es war auf jeden Fall nach den Weltmeisterschaften und dann vor dem nächsten Weltcup-Event damals in Oslo. Es war eigentlich genauso ein Event wie Biathlon auf Schalke, nur dann eben in Stockholm im Olympiastadion. Und das, Leute, kehrt 2025 zurück, also in der kommenden Saison. Am 3. März 2025 wird es soweit sein. Also wieder zum ähnlichen Zeitpunkt in der Saison nach den Weltmeisterschaften, vor dem nächsten Weltcup-Ort, vor dem letzten Trimester. Die Teams sind aktuell noch nicht bekannt, aber ich finde es natürlich interessant, dass sich die Veranstaltung dann doch auch anscheinend ganz gut präsentiert hat im ersten Jahr. Ich weiß noch, Johannes Lukas, der hat mir persönlich noch erzählt, dass er die Atmosphäre da vor Ort sehr, sehr krass fand und das noch nie so gesehen oder erlebt hat. Und ich weiß noch, da gab es eine ganz coole Anzeige, dass man sogar sehen konnte, wo die Schüsse der Athleten und Athletinnen hingingen, was man vielleicht ja auch mal im Weltcup etablieren könnte irgendwann. Ist zumindest eine Überlegung, aber ich fand es ganz interessant. Und damit gebe ich jetzt ab ins Interview mit Emilien Jacquelin.
Auf die Runde.
Hello, Emilien.
Hey, what's up?
Emilien, you told me that you just visited the physiotherapist, so I hope you're not in pain and it was just like a routine visit, right?
Yeah, it's okay. I have a small pain on my knee, but it's something I'm used to since many years. So I just try to manage it the best as I can. But yeah, it's okay. It's not big deal for the moment. I hope it will not be harder this winter, but everything's fine.
Okay, so he massaged it out and you are good now.
Yeah, massage, some stretching. Sometimes it's painful, but yeah, it's part of the job too. So yeah, it's good. Normally it's easy.
So you're like relaxed now and ready for my philosophical questions here and so on.
Yeah. I'm ready to think a lot, philosophy about biathlon, about life. I'm ready, man. Yeah. I'm good.
Yeah, I think it's more about life or your life in general.
Yeah.
And I'd say to kick things off here, I'd like to start at the very beginning for you, where it all began. Like, first, how did you get in sports in general?
In general, you know, I have a huge family. I have 3 big brothers. So they made cross-country skiing and biathlon before me. My father was on the mountain bike athletes. He made a lot of sports like motorbike too. Skiing also. So yeah, since I'm young, I always made some sports. And my mother, she's from Paris. Yeah, she did some sports. Actually, she made some handball, but she was not at high level, or she didn't try to do some high level. But yeah, I think it's a big part of my life too. That my mother and part of my family are from Paris, and so yeah, that's why maybe I enjoy every time when I can go back in town and enjoy something different as only sports. But yeah, so I think I was on the skis at 2 or 3 years old. I mean,
wow.
Maybe at 1.5, I was already able to make a bike without the small wheel. So yeah, it's something it's our DNA, you know, well, it was at the start of the 20th century, but I am one also guy from my family who was world champion in the cycling track. So yeah, I think it's something we have, and generation to generation we continue to make sports, but not as a high level. I mean, I don't have a father or grandparents who is a world champion or whatever. You know, it was more just for fun and to enjoy together.
But did your parents support you in any way, or say you have to do sports or something like that?
Yeah, you know, it's a nice question. I mean, because I really think about that a lot of time. I mean, I think it's one of the greatest things that my parents, even my brothers, they are not so focused about what I am doing. They don't teach me. They don't learn me. They didn't learn me when I was younger. They don't try to boring me with biathlon. You know, when I'm with them, I love to talk about something else. I'm just their younger brother or just the son. I don't like to be like just the biathlete. But I think there is one thing. I'm just happy that I was the fourth in the team, I will say, because I think it was easier for my parents. You know how it is. Like your parents, they want the best for you. They want you to make study, to have a real job, and you know how it is. And my old brothers, they all made biathlon. They were in a French junior team, and they decided to continue study at the end of high school. So me, because I think I was the fourth, when I told them no. My goal is to continue biathlon, and I'm sure I can be good on, and I want to continue like that. It was easier for them to accept it, you know. So yeah. I'm quite lucky to be the last one.
But I also saw that one of your brothers is a world champion in a junior race, in a junior relay.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Clément, who now is working, on 3D printing. So he made a lot of pieces. Not only for me, but some for a lot of athletes in the World Cup. And yes, he was junior world champ in Canmore. It was a year when, he was with Florent Claude, who is still.
I saw that.
Yeah, it's. But he was
French.
He was French. Actually.
Yeah, okay, he is French, but now he's for Belgium.
Exactly. But my brother Clément was a big inspiration for me when I was young. He was so strong, and he had a style, you know, how he practiced ski, and I had a lot of admiration for him. So I wanted to do as him.
So when was the point that you found out about biathlon, or that biathlon is a thing for you?
No, man, it's quite long. That's weird, you know. In a way, I always made biathlon. I always loved to do biathlon, but my first love was cycling.
Yeah.
I remember at 15 years old, I told to my parents that I wanted to stop cross-country, to stop biathlon, and I wanted to do 100% cycling. And so they accepted. They were, okay, if you want to try, go for it. And so I was in a different school just for practice cycling. And in a way, it was not my year. I was bad on my bike, but I knew a few years later that I had I don't know if it's an English word, but mononucleose, something when you kiss someone and you can be tired. It's quite usual when you are young. But in a way, I didn't want it to continue biathlon, but I had this feeling that it was it was just my path. It was my how we say that, my destiny to make biathlon. Because I so much wanted to be a cyclist, and then many times things didn't happen as they wanted to be. And at the end of the day, at 17, I say, okay, let's continue biathlon. So it was not my first option. I was really good, actually. I mean, I was a French champion, in cross country.
Yeah.
And I was not so good on shooting. It was tough days for me. But I enjoy so much shooting. But that's how I decided to continue biathlon. It was first because I had this feeling that, okay, cycling don't want me, so I have to continue on cross country maybe. And I was really strong on cross country, but I was not as strong in biathlon. But I wanted to be good because I love shoot and I love to shoot, and I wanted to prove myself that I can be great on that too. And here we are. It's how I chose biathlon at 70 years old.
And so you thought you shoot a little bit faster so you don't have to stand there so long, right?
yeah, seriously, man. It's like, there is so much people who thinks like, oh, he's just talent. It's crazy sometimes what he is able to do. But man, at 16 years old, I decided, I just had this feeling that it was my way of shoot. I mean, if I was like standard shooting, like all my friends were shooting, or how my coach wanted me to shoot, I suck. Seriously, I was bad. And me at one time, I remember that, I felt it, but wow, that's nice. If I shoot fast, it's better. I'm more consistent, and we'll continue like that. And so what I made, for example, in Pokljuka, is just what I'm able to do since many, many years, I didn't try to make something different or crazy. Just I improve my way of shooting like that since many years. And if you have to talk with my old coach, they will all tell you that, no, Emilien is someone who works for that. He's not talent. He works. You should saw him at the start of his career. He was not a talent. So that's how people can see me sometimes, who saw me a few years ago. But so there is a small difference.
Okay. I think we will come back to that later.
Yeah.
But let's get back to your origins. Like, when was the point that you know that biathlon is the way that you want to go, like, professionally in? Or you could also do a little bit more than your brothers?
I think at 16, 17 years old, it's a time. So it was just after the year I tried to make cycling. And then I came back on Villard-de-Lans because this year I was in Grenoble, so in a big town near Villard-de-Lans where I live right now.
Yeah.
And so then I came back to the school in Villard-de-Lans for making cross country and biathlon. And I remember that we will start to talk about philosophy and really important thing. But at this time, all my three brothers, they are so smart. They are crazy. They are amazing guys. And so in a way, I wanted to be amazing, but in my own way, not like them, I was good actually at school. I mean, I was not bad, but I was good, but they were so strong. And you know how it is when you are at the same school where your brother were, like all the teachers are like, you're not as your brother. You are not good as your brother. And so then I was like, okay, maybe I'm not as good as them, but I will be good in somewhere else, And I think we are, and I have a lot of story like that, but I truly believe that a lot of athletes, we have this kind of trauma, but we are doing high level for proof something, not only to ourselves, but to someone. And I really think that, and sometimes people are not able to say it because it's like you show really who you are and your motivation inside. But me, it was at one moment at this time, my goal was to be great where my brother stopped. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course. And I mean, that could also be like the point where the younger sisters, brothers are often stronger than the older ones, right? Like the Boe brothers, like the Öbergs and so on.
Yeah. I think it's something we can see in life, but not only in sports. You know how it is.
Yeah.
It's just a brotherhood, and sometimes it's like that. And now I'm in peace with my first self since a long time. But this time it was seriously not my goal. You know, it was just a motivation. It was a power up for me. But of course, I wanted to be on high level. I grew up with Raphaël Poiré and with Martin Fourcade, and I was so lucky to be able to train with him since I was 16, 17 years old with Martin. You know, and you know how it is if you train with your idol, man. It's insane. It's I'm seriously I'm just thankful about that.
That's also a topic I want to talk about with you later, of course.
Shit, I talked already about everything.
No, everything's fine.
Yeah.
So, but I think maybe your first youth experience helped you with your decision to do biathlon also a little bit more professional. Like in 2013, it was like the European Youth Olympic Festival, I think. You won the gold medal in the sprint.
Yeah.
And was that like the win for you in your first races? I mean, it's super strange to win in your first race where you never had an international race before, right?
Yeah, right. It was amazing. You know how it is. It's like you represent your country with the Olympic flag. So you have this feeling that you are at the Olympic Games, but for young, because at this time, I think I didn't know if Youth Olympic Game existing already, but it was the biggest race for us. So it's the first time you race against German, against not Norwegian this year. They were not there, but with all different countries. And I remember that I won this race. But when I came back to France, my feeling was like, wow, maybe it's my biggest achievement of my career. I don't know how will be the future. So I take it, and I will continue to work out, but I don't know, maybe I'm at my best. You know, I grew up with this idea because I think I listened to it too much time that, when you are good, really young, you are not good when you're old, you know? And me, that's weird, but I grew up with this idea and this mentality. And so since I was 5 years old, I was reading a lot of races on cross country. And so in my hand, I was like, but I'm good there. I'm good right now. So I would not be a high level athlete, you know? And so I was growing up like that, with always my dream to be in World Cup and to be at the best level ever possible. But in a way, I was like, but it's already good. Maybe I will never do it. I'm so good since young. I will not do it. You know, and I always grew up like that. When I was on junior team, I took it like, wow, it's already crazy. Imagine, I'm in junior French team. That's insane. Then B team, wow, I'm on IBU Cup. Wow, seriously, IBU Cup, it's crazy. I can be proud of myself. And then World Cup, wow. And you see, it was like that. Yeah, I think this mentality helps me to always stay humble and keep focused about what I am doing for trying to be the best as I can, and not just, I won the Olympic game for you. I'm good. No, I didn't. I knew that maybe my future will be not so great. So on biathlon, so I always stay humble and continue to work.
Okay, that's crazy, especially in that age, I think. But you are right. I saw your results in your youth and junior races, and there were so many names that are not even there today, or I don't know, in the World Cup far behind you today. And they were like world champions at that time. But I also saw that you didn't do so many youth and junior races in your career. Except of 2 races, you only competed at the World and European Championships, right?
Yeah, at this time, it was not so much junior races. Yeah. I made one in Polyuka. I think it was like a European Cup. But at this time, it was not as today, when now there is a lot of races for junior, and this is great for them. But us, we were more racing in France, and then you made World Championships, that's all. And But yeah, it's I think it helped me to, or not only me, but us to stay focused on already trying to be great in France, and then trying to continue to be good in the world level. I mean, sometimes if you are, as we say, if you are strong too early, it's too easy to think that everything is already made, and it's not like you have to always continue to try to improve. So for me, it was not a problem to don't race so much in the world level.
But I think you were quite good in your junior and youth years. I mean, even though you only got 2 bronze medals in the relay one and one in an individual, you had pretty good results there, like nearly always in the top 5.
Yeah, exactly. I was still there. I was skiing great. My shooting was okay, but it's funny how if you take the podium at these World Championships, there is not so many athletes who are still in career or who are competing at really high level. That's crazy. That's why I say, like, even if you are strong at this time, I had this feeling like, yeah, I'm good there, but I know that I will not be great in a few years. You see? And maybe the other guys at this time, they were world champion in junior, and they thought like, yeah, so in 10 years I will be there. Me, I was not like that. I was dreaming about that, but I was not sure at all. But I was keeping continue to work.
But it was also like between or swinging between junior competitions and IBU Cup for you. Your 5th international race after that European Youth Olympic Festival was already the senior European Championships. So back and forth between a level where you were one of the best athletes at that time and a level where you tried to find your place. So how did you deal with that mentally?
On IBU Cup, you mean?
Yeah, especially that you had those, I think, not so good results in the IBU Cup and then very good results in the junior or youth races.
I think it's still the same. I mean, I was so happy to, even if I was good in junior, I was not a 3-time world champion or I didn't have a title. So when I came on the IBU Cup, I was just happy to finish a top 15 and then top 10 and then top 5 and then make podium. It's like this. Me, I always grew up. I grew up like that. Like I was like, yeah, that's great. I'm happy with that. And then the race after, I was able to make better. So I still continue to growing up. And I don't remember that I was, I don't have ego problem at this time about, oh shit, I was great in junior, I have to be good in IBU Cup. No, I was continue to do my work, trying to be better. I will not say every day, but to be better every race, every year. And in a way, I will not say I was lucky, but even in IBU Cup years, I was still continue to be better on the skis, on the shooting range every month, So my goal was only to be better every time and to try to succeed at one moment in IBU Cup, and I made it the year after. So I did only, okay, it was your question.
No, yeah, that's correct. In 2017, December 2017 in Shushan, there you won the opening race in the IBU Cup, right? And you got called up to the World Cup for the very first time. And it's again like the same situation. You are very good in the IBU Cup and you come to the World Cup, and there's another level, a higher level, where you might think as an athlete, will I ever make it in that high level here? How was it for you at that time? Were you still that humble?
Yeah, I was still, because I think in a way my goal was to be able to race with Martin Fourcade, with Simon Fourcade, Jean-Guillaume Béatrix, Simon Détieux, Quentin Fillon-Maillet. It was, I wanted to be part of them. So I was just happy. I was a young guy with my idols and guys that I really I'm impressed by. And so when I came on World Cup, I didn't come like, I'm young, I will beat you. No, I was just so happy to be there and I just enjoyed. But remember that seriously, it was a year, like I had a plan since many months. My plan was, okay, I'm on B team right now. I want to go to the Olympic game. So how I will do that? Okay, so first I have to win in Shushan. I win in Shushan, then I go in World Cup. Then I will be on off-season. On off-season, I have to be good enough to take +8 and to stay. Then normally I go to Le Grand Bornand and then I continue. It was my it was my goal. And in a way, the plan managed well. But Antonin was great in off-season, and so he went to Le Grand Bornand and he made his first podium. So for me, it was like, whoa, I didn't expect that. So how I can do it? But so I was at the start of January in World Cup in Oberhof, and then I come to Ruppolting, and I think I was still on my dream to be in World Cup. Like I enjoyed life. I was in World Cup. I finished 30, 40, 50. Don't care. I'm happy, you know. I was not thinking about be better than this because I was not able. I remember that Jean-Guillaume Beatrice was on IBU Cup and he won individual in Harbour. And so first, coach told me, oh, no, don't worry. You stay with us in World Cup. I was like, oh, okay, nice. One more day in World Cup. And then he called me at full, it was midday, I remember. And he told me, sorry, Emilien, but you have to go to Harbour. You will compete against Jean-Guillaume. And the best of you two will come back with us to Antolz and we'll go to the Olympics. And seriously, it was maybe one of my biggest moments of my career because I say, okay, like I was in room with Martin Fourcade. So I packed my bag. I say, okay, goodbye. And then I came to Harbour. I came maybe the day before the race. Man, I start as fast as I could, as never I made. And I shoot clean. I think after the second shooting, I had 25 seconds leading, but I finished second at the end. But so just in one race, I had the best between Jean-Guillaume and me will go to World Cup and to the Olympics. And I think there is days that is not how strength you are. It's not about capacity. It's not about that. But I think this day I wanted much more than Jean-Guillaume to go to the Olympics, And just in one day races, I had to make it. And it was so weird, because when you fight with someone of your age, it's okay. But when you fight against someone for who I have a lot of respect since many years, really love this guy, and there is one place. And you have to remember that Jean-Guillaume was Olympic medalist 4 years before. Yeah. Seriously, your emotion, you have to put it somewhere else and to be an animal. And I made it, and I was proud about that. Seriously, it was one of my biggest achievements mentally in my career, I think.
So yeah, maybe you got some skill when you were in a room with Martin, right? The weeks before.
Yeah, and then so I came back 2 days after in the same room, like, hello man, I'm back. So it was a funny moment.
Yeah, and shortly after that, in the same season, in the same week or a week later, you got 5th and 6th in the sprint and pursuit in Ante Selva. So was that maybe like a turning point for you in your career?
Yeah, I think so. Because I think this day in Harbour, I truly believe that I had capacities for make a level, And so in Antolz, unfortunately, it was hard time in a way because I lost my grandfather just the day before the race. I broke up with my girlfriend the same day.
Okay.
So seriously, at the start, it was not a great weekend at all. And but sometimes, it's like that. When bad things happen into your life, you don't know why, but you are good on what you do. And I think it's just because sometimes we put too much energy on because we love what we are doing. But sometimes when something bad happens, you have this step back just to make things really easy and not the hardest things. But sometimes we want so much one thing that we put too much energy, not only the energy you have to put in. Yeah, this weekend it was amazing. For me it was a dream. I remember I was at the flower ceremony with Emil Jensen, with Anton Chipulin, with Martin, Lars Berger, and maybe Johannes, I guess.
Yeah.
You can imagine. I was 22 years old. I was with them. Whoa, that's insane. Yeah, that's how I get my tickets for Olympics.
So the greatest guys at that time. And was it like with Antolz love at first sight for you?
Yeah, I think if I have to be from another country, it will be Italy. Since I'm young, my idol is Marco Pantani. Since I'm young, I talk Italian. I love this country, and so to go to Antols for me, it's like, Since I'm young, I'm like, Italy, it's for me. That's for me. And so, I think the love with Antols starts there. And of course, I have so much nice memory there, and I feel good. That's all. And I hope it will continue next year.
Of course. And 2026, of course.
Yeah.
But you had now so many successes here, the one success after the others. And I'm wondering, how do you manage to not take off at such a young age? Because you also came to the Olympics in 2018 in Pyeongchang and so on. And you said you were at the flowers with those big guys. It's crazy, right?
Yeah, it was crazy. And, so I went to the Olympics just to be on the bench. So it was maybe the best thing for a 22 years old guy because I enjoyed life in Pyeongchang.
Yeah.
And I remember really well that at one moment I was so, I will not say on the other side of South Korea, but it was quite like that. And I had a text from my coach who told me, okay, it's good to have vacation, but you will compete the individual. And I say, what? Sorry? Why? It was. You imagine, like in a year, in few months, I was on IBU Cup and I made the flowers in World Cup, and then I started the Olympics. For me, it was just a dream. And I remember I started really fast because I had the first time in the first lap. Like, I put too much energy, but it was a nice experience. And so then I made this individual. So I was like, I finished 70, something like that.
Yeah.
I say, okay, so my job is done. I can still enjoy it. And 2 days after, again, I was somewhere in Korea and South Korea, and coach told me, okay, Mia, you will do the relay. What? What? And it was crazy. It was crazy. And I think it's the day I had the most pressure in my career, like to be in the French relay with Martin Fourcade inside. When you at 22 years old, seriously, I was not ready for that. But that's funny because at the end of the day, I use only one extra bullet, I think, and I give everything I could on the track. So I made a quite nice relay. But that's how sometimes our brain or our body is crazy. But you can feel a lot of stress, but you can be great even with stress. You have to accept it, to embrace it. And so many times on my career, I know that when I feel stress, it's okay. I take it. That's good. If I don't have stress, it's that I don't want to race or I have to do something else, playing ping pong or I don't know. But it's good to feel that.
But is there also more pressure when you know that like Martin already had 2 gold medals in his...
Exactly.
And he wants the third one, of course, in the relay?
Yeah, I think I've never been so serious the night before a race. Like I don't remember what time I slept, but I was drinking a lot of water, sleep, stretching, everything. I was so stressed about that. But it was a nice experience in a way. Even if sometimes we have bad or good results, it's just about experience and enjoying in a way. Yeah, of course you can be unhappy at the end, but you see, with years after, you just see things with smile and fun. So it was. I was so happy to be there. Of course.
Okay. So let's jump into the season 1920. I think it's your big breakthrough here, and you can see it right from the beginning. I think the first races, you are a different athlete. You are faster, had higher hit rates, and your shooting in general were much better. So what happened here in 2019?
I think I felt good on my life for so many reasons, but I felt really happy, and the fact is to train with Martin all summer long. It's the first year I had this feeling like, but it's easy. Like if you are able to follow Martin and shoot like him, it means that you can be one of the best in the world. Okay. So at every training, every intensity, we were doing together, and I felt it, but I was better and getting better every time. And so it was easy with him to sometimes when we made some test race and I finished at 30 seconds from him. Okay, so maybe I can be top 10, and it gives me confidence during all summer. Like, I improved this year and I can be great. But I can't understand, man. Not understand, but I think it's just because I was 24 years old, sorry, and so it's at these years you continue to grow up and to be better every year. So I think it was just normal. But in a way, when I was younger, I had always this feeling that it was like year one, I was increased my body level, my strength, my stamina, everything. Yeah. But my head wasn't ready for that.
Yeah.
And year two, so with my head, I was able to think, okay, with this capacity, I can reach better. You see? And so I always needed 2 years to improve globally. And I think in 2018, it was like that. Like it was a year I was confident on myself. Yeah, I can imagine and of course, I can be on the top 15 of World Cup or do some top 10. I will do it. And I work for that. And so that's what I told you. But in a way, I wanted always to continue to increase my level, but never thinking like when I came on World Cup, I want to win. No, I was not like that. I was like, okay, we will start a new job. It's really high level there. It's really hard. Okay, we will start with top 60, being the pursuit, and then getting better and better. So and this year, I think it was the first year I felt that okay, I can reach much more than this.
Yeah, and you reached your first 3 solo podiums in December already, and in January you won your first World Cup race in the relay, and then you arrived at the World Championships in Antholz again.
Yeah.
So what did you expect from yourself for the first World Championships there?
If I have to be true, I think I was really confident. No, seriously, man. I remember I was in Villard-de-Lans. We had like a meeting. I don't know why it was at the the center of the town with a lot of people, and I was with Tony Parker, the French basketball.
Of course.
And he was speaking on the mic, and he asked me, yes, tell me about you. What's your goal for the next month? And I say it, but it was so easy to say it. I say, yes, my name is Emilien Jacquelin. I'm doing biathlon. In 2 weeks, I'm in the World Championships, and I want to be world champion. and when I say that, I was like, whoa, did I say that? Really? And I remember that the day before going to our training camp, just before the World Championship, I was running in town, and in my head, I was, yes, I will be world champ. I will be world champ. And at the warming up before the pursuit, I was thinking like that. I will do it. I would do it. Seriously, it's hard to explain sometimes because you know me. I can have a lot of confidence, but I can have the opposite too. But this day, when I was at the pursuit, I had my plan and I made it. It was crazy.
So the question now is, why don't you always do that?
Yeah, man. No, that's a crazy question. I mean, if I had the clue, I will tell you. But I don't know, man. It's like first, I think when I achieve this dream to be world champion, for someone like me who comes from cycling and being world champion is the best thing you can achieve.
Yeah.
To realize the dream, you kill it in the same way. So first, after the world champs, when I finished well the season with a small globe, FIFA the overall, that was perfect. But then COVID arrived, we had lockdown, and then maybe it's at this time I asked a lot of question about myself, like shit, I made all this and I'm not so happy about that. How is that possible? What does it mean? Why is it because I don't want to do biathlon and it was cycling my dream? Is it because I want more? Is it because it was like that on my head, and I start to be really consistent to think about that. But in a way, it's crazy. Sometimes I would like to talk with, and I did, for example, with Tony Parker, and it was really interesting. But I would like to talk with other biathletes from other countries. They can feel the same. Like me, since I'm young, it's like I have this pyramid. To be world champion, it was at the top. And so when I made it, it's like, whoa, since 20 years of my life, I was dreaming about this, and this happened. And this is a philosophy time, no? But it's like, it shows you that life is not only about achieving dreams. You achieve one, okay, great, but life continues. And if you do nothing, you will go down, you see? And it was the first time, like, it was not only about dream, but it was just goals. When you are world champion, to be Olympic champion or to win something else is not a dream, it's a goal. And I had this question on myself, about all these things, like, but no, it's goal is not only about dreams. So I felt my energy was different. And and I think one of my biggest problem at this time that I put too much energy on the overlooking people, how they look at me. And so just the year, I think it was, I talk a lot, but that's a podcast.
No, it's very good, very good.
But it's a year, you have to imagine. So I did 4 medals at the World Champs, 2 titles, 5th, 1 small globe. And it's the year where Martin Fourcade retired.
Yeah.
And seriously, man, but the last race in Contiolahti, maybe it's the biggest race emotionally for me.
Yeah.
Man, it's like I was with Martin Fourcade, the greatest ever. Sorry, Johannes, sorry. I was with Martin, and I was the first guy. It's like if I am at the cinema and I'm in the first rank to see him. And I was living this dream. Like, I think a lot of people wanted to share this moment with him. And me, I had this luck to be with him. And seriously, man, during all the race, I was like, shit, I want to help him. I want to help him to win the overall. And I want to continue to be with him. It's crazy. It's this race. But my energy was not to win the race or to beat him. It was something else, And this is something it's hard for some people to understand about me, but I'm a lot in emotion. And for me, sport is not only about winning races. I want to have this emotion. And as I told you, this time I finished third, but seriously, for emotion, it was the craziest. It was the craziest. But so when he retired. Me, I was young. I was great, and it was a start when you see people. It was easier at 24. I was doing things as I wanted to do. I shoot fast. Nobody cares if I do great or bad. They don't care. But then Martin retired. It's like, Emilien, you should be better now. You saw how Martin was. Do the same. Be more constant. Work better. And so I was like, what? Is it not good enough what I did? And so you see, it was like you put everything on zero and you start again. It was a bad thing about that because I stopped in a way to be like me, to be as I am, to do things as I love and where I'm good at, because people wanted me to be as Martin, And so I started the year after, and it was the start of a struggle sometimes in relay because I felt I have too much pressure about the team. My results were good in 2021, but I wanted always more. I didn't take pleasure because I wanted only to win because people wanted me only to win, And I didn't feel good about that because it's not my way of thinking about sports. Of course, I want to win, but I want to do it in my way, not because people want me to do something. That's why sometimes I talk about it's the same way as if I'm an artist and so I want to do something who is quite like me, not as someone else. I don't care. It's my way of express myself, not somebody else. And so I think we will talk about that. But then we arrive to Polyuka, and I remember my goal was to do this back to back. Of course, 100%. It was only that. I remember that at the sprint, so I finished third. I lost 1 bullet on the broad, and I will not say because of, but when I start my shoot, I shoot really fast, and I don't remember it's the 4th or the 5th bullet, but I lose, but I lost. But I was thinking like, whoa, I shoot too fast, my coach will kill me. So I stopped a little bit more, and I missed it. And this day, man, it was like, wow, but why you put so much interest on what people think? And so the day after at the pursuit, of course, I wanted so much to win, but my energy, and maybe I can say that, but my energy was more about, okay, fuck them. I will do what I want to do, only for me, not for them. And I will do not the best race possible, but a race as I am. And this day, I had these feelings to put me naked. Seriously, it was like, okay, this is me with my good and bad aspects. This is who I am. You take it or not, I don't care. I do what I want to do. And so I made this incredible race. But for me, as I told you, it's just what I do on training. I did nothing more than this. And it was so weird to help people. Oh, wow, it's crazy, it's insane. And in the same way, so it was like good things. And in the same way, I was already hearing just after, yeah, but he will not be Olympic champion like that. He have to change. He takes too much risk. But this day, I felt so much calm and peace with myself because I just accept to do. And that's the dream of every athlete, to be able to make what you are able to do on training in race. And me, I did only that, but without fear, without thinking about results, without thinking about other people's or, oh yes, if I'm world champion, I will earn more money or this or that. No, man, I just did my best. I wanted to use a different word than race, but I expressed myself at the best version of myself. That's all. And that's why it was a problem, because after that, when I hear people tell me that, no, you will not be Olympic champion like that, you have to evolve, I start to say, okay, I will listen to them, I will stop to be myself, and I will change. And so, you see, and we are all different. I know that I'm someone who think a lot, of course, too much. Maybe sometimes it's nice to be stupid on the track or on the shooting range. But I think at this time I wanted to be accepted by them. Like, yeah, we are happy you are doing what we want you to do. But no, it was my biggest mistake in my career. But in a way, I'm happy to have experienced it, because we all know that sport is a way to improve in life and to discover life. And me, I discovered that you can be someone else than yourself. You can improve, of course, but if you are doing things without feeling joy about, yeah, man, do something else.
Wow, that was a lot. So we have to dive in a little bit deeper in some things there, I think.
Yeah.
So you say after Pokljuka 2021, you changed your mindset or your way of doing biathlon, and that was like the start of a downfall for you.
Yeah, in a way, and it's weird what I will say, but so the year after, all summer long, I was shooting so slow. It was funny because the feeling I had, it's that after Pokljuka, I saw so many athletes start to shoot really fast. Seriously, for me, I saw a difference between before and after Pokljuka. Like people, they were, oh shit, you can do 20 on 20 really fast. Okay, I want to do that too. And me, my challenge was to do not shooting on 15 seconds, but on 30. So I take the different path as the others. And I didn't feel good about that because I didn't take pleasure. I was not better because like if you are doing something different as what you like is for being better. But me, I wasn't. So you can easily see that I was really frustrated about that. And then I broke my wrist on training camp.
Yeah.
But for me, it's like a way my body was so tired and I was not so wake up after a nap. We made some bikes and I fought. But for me, it was like a way. It's easy always to say, yes, it's a way my body told me that I was tired. But things happen for something, for reasons sometimes. And this is crazy. And I think I never say it to someone. But I remember when I broke my wrist, in a way, I felt that the pressure for the Olympic, just 5 seconds after, I felt this pressure like, okay, it's okay. No Olympic game, so it's okay, don't worry. You see, that's crazy, man. I was too stressed about being good as people want me to be. High level is not easy. It's not only, oh, you have capacity, you will win. No, it's not like that. I find power when I break my wrist, and I think I came back stronger than ever. And I start the season with always with this mind of, I want to be more calm and everything. But I think I put too much energy, and then in a way it works because I won in Le Grand Bornand. I was yellow bib in Oberhof, but I didn't felt happy as much. And that's life. But at the same time, I had personal problems too, and it was enough for me. And I wanted to stop the season this year already after the Olympics, but I went doing some biking south with friends and my family during
I remember,
5 days with Maxime Bouet, professional athletes from AKA. I made some intensity with him, and then I came back and I was strong again on the ski. But I remember that when I saw that Johannes had a break, I sent him a text like, "Wow, man, I want to do the same as you, but I'm afraid to do that." You see? So I think, life is about mistake. We are all making some mistake. That's okay. You just have to improve after. But I had to listen much more me at this time, and I didn't. And so I came the year after, continue to have this energy to be better. And I felt that I put too much pressure on myself. And even if the start of the season again was good because I made 3 podiums in a row, it was like if I had the water there, just to make podium, it was there. And after I was full. And so that's why I had this break, because I wanted to feel less pressure and just to come back to who I am and the love of doing sports, not only try to find and reach results.
So let's jump back a little bit
Sorry.
in your long talks. No, very good. I think you also had very good moments in your years after the World Championships 2021, because you had the yellow bib and so on. You had a very strong December there. You had a win in Annecy-le Grand Bornand at that year also. So that was very strong. The season after, you also started very strong. You were the third best guy after Sturla and Johannes. So I think there were always parts where you were very strong, and then there were parts where you were I don't know, mediocre or something,
Yes,
average.
Seriously. You're right. I mean, January month, it's a month I'm not so great with experience. Maybe I trained too much in Christmas, maybe that's why, I don't know. But in a way, if you take this year of my second title, I made a really good December month, but I broke I had injury on my back in January, so I was not able to be competitive. And then I came back to the World Championships and I won in Polyuka. So that's life again. But the year after, it's that's weird because when I'm doing podium, I put so much energy on my sport that for me it's like I make a podium. That's normal. I work for that, So sometimes in past I didn't take it oh yes, it's so nice feeling. I love to make podium. That's great. Congrats myself. No, I was no, I work for that. That's normal if I do podium. So I think the eye was not so high because I didn't take them. And so when I was not so good, for me, it was the worst things ever,
Okay, but let's jump back to this World Championship title in 2020 in your pursuit there.
Yeah.
Because you also talked a little bit about Martin Fourcade, that he's your big idol, your mentor in biathlon. And I still have that picture in my head where Martin Fourcade comes in fourth in that pursuit. And he was probably not so happy in that race because he never is when he's not first, I think.
Yeah.
But he hugged you right away and was happy for you. He celebrated with you. And I want to talk a little bit about your relationship. Do you know where you met him the first time?
Whoa, nice question. First time with Martin. Seriously, first time with Martin, I think he was 17 years old.
He was 17 or you were 17?
He. Because he was doing, my older brother was doing biathlon with Martin. So it's like Jean-Guillaume. I know them since they are young. Yeah. They are teenagers. And that's the first time I saw him. And then, I don't know why. I should ask him one day. But when I was on Corançon and train, things get easy that we start to train together. I think he maybe wanted to help me to be better, or because I was shooting fast, he maybe said, oh, maybe it can be great to train with. But it's I remember when I start on World Cup, like medias ask me like, yeah, Martin, so you are close with, did he give you advice? And easily I say, yeah, of course, he gave me a lot of advice. But in a way, it was not true. Martin is not someone who gives so much advice, but you take this advice to be with him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I understand a lot with him. Of course, we were talking a lot. I mean, it was not only, I think it was real, just already younger, but real friendship, because we were not only doing the training, the morning at the roller ski track, but we were only going to ride bikes or running too, just for talking. And yeah, at this time, I think it helps me to be on his shadow, because it was easy for me to continue to improve myself. And as I told you, man, I was so happy to be in a way just with my idol, and to be a close friend with. It's something else. It's another different kind of relationships, and but things get easy, I think.
Yeah. So you always saw his path into biathlon, into the World Cup, and how he got the greatest biathlete in history, maybe?
Yeah, something about that. I remember that one time he asked me to take him to the airport. And I think it was just my first year I had my driving license. And so I was like, oh my God, I have to be careful. And I was asking, he already won 2 or 3 times the Big Globe. And I asked him like, you are confident and you will keep everybody this year too. And he was like, I'm stressed. I don't know. We will see. I will not say he was not confident, but it was not exactly the same as how you watch Martin in race,
Yeah.
This guy was crazy, cold blood, so able to get emotion away and being like a robot. That's crazy. In a way, I wanted to be like that, younger, but at one moment you understand that you are not exactly the same, so you have to do your own path. But he was always a model for me.
And when you know him since he's 17, you were never like starstruck or something, because he was like a normal guy in your town?
No. I was young, so me, he was not in French team when I met him for the first time. But things get so fast for him. If you remember in Vancouver, I don't remember how old he was, but he was really young. But then he was starting to be a star directly. So I was always used to know him as a great biathlete.
But another thing, when we come back to this race here in 2020 in the Pursuit, that is very special, I think, is that you had this final lap against Johannes Thingnes Boe.
Yeah.
And I think it was a thrilling fight, but in the end you owned him pretty hard, I would say. Yeah. And there are also some more battles against Johannes in the past, and I think you always won it on the final lap, right?
Yeah. A few times in the final lap, we had a nice fights together.
So how did it come that you always win? Because, I mean, he's like the fastest skier in the world, and you make him look like a little boy sometimes.
Yeah. The fact is, man, every time I do a finish with Johannes, I'm tired. Seriously, I remember at the World Champs or the year after at the relay, exactly at the same place, or in Pursuit in Orfilsen. Like, seriously, every time I'm tired, but I think my love to attack and to make, just not funny, but to make things, sometimes I feel these feelings, I want to make biathlon as I would like to watch a biathlon race. So sometimes, even if I don't have so much the power, I attack. I don't care. I just want to, I want to enjoy. That's my energy. I want to enjoy. And I remember this last lap in Antols. Seriously, every time I was behind him, I was like, wow, I finished second is great. Yeah, I'm okay with that. I'm okay. Yeah, good. Yeah, take me to finish second, Johannes. Yeah, congrats. Thank you. You're the best. But at this moment, he let me pass. I don't know, my brain switched. Like, okay, you want to play? Okay, let's play. Seriously, it was crazy, and I think it was so much adrenaline for me. and I had flashback of my, cycling career, about my coach when I was young, and I managed it as if I was on a cycling race. And I think maybe for him it was a bit disturbing, and for everybody it was like, what the fuck? Why this guy looking at Johannes like this? But I don't know, man. I love to follow my instinct, and I felt it like that, and so I made it as if I was doing a cycling race. But yeah, when he let me pass, I had this feeling. Seriously, just 1 second before, I was like, yeah, second is good. He made it, and then I was okay. You think I'm just a child? You will see. It was crazy. Yeah.
So what did he tell you after that race in the finish line?
Johannes is the kindest guy. I don't know on his brain how he is, but he just congrats me. Seriously, this guy is. You can't don't like him. It's such a nice guy. I think he's the best sports model for us, for young guys, for young generation. And yeah, there is so much race we are talking together before the race. Yeah, and I want to say thanks to him. He was seriously, for example, at the Olympics, he knows that I didn't feel great. It was a tough time for me, and he was, I will say, the only athlete who sent me a text like, "Come on, man, keep fighting. You can do it." Seriously, this guy is a gold man, and I think we have a lot of respect for each other. I know that he thinks I can be better at what I am doing the last times. And so thanks. But yeah, I had an interview with NRK, so the Norwegian TV in Blink Festival this year. And they tell me, yeah, Johannes thinks that you are his biggest rival this year. I say, yes, thanks. But since 4 years, he's doing that, and I'm doing nothing, man. So you know how it is. But I don't know. I think in a way he loves our battle, and he would like to have his battle back, like as he had with Martin before.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe that will happen in the future. But
yeah, I hope. Johannes, I work for that.
By the way, how is it time-wise for you? Do you have some more time?
We can do 15 minutes if you want.
Okay, we try it. Or I try it.
Okay.
Or you try it.
Or we do it in 2 times if you want. Huh? I don't know if you want to talk about like bad boy shit and everything. But it's
of course.
Yeah, but it's things. We never talk about that. Me, I talk about it in France and they know about that. But yeah, so maybe if you want, we can do it another time. Huh?
Yeah, of course. So
maybe that's the best.
But maybe let's jump into the last season and have a little talk about that. Because as I said, you turned things a little bit around in comparison to the seasons before.
Yeah.
Because the beginning was a little bit tough for you, or not only for you, also for the French team.
Yeah.
But you managed to turn it around in the end of the season, and where you were pretty strong, and then somehow you ended 6th place in the total score. I don't know how you did it. I don't know. Did you believe that you could make it?
At the end of the season, yes. You know, I start in December, exactly as when I came on the World Cup for the first time. You know, because I stopped the season the year before, I was like, okay, I don't know what I'm able to do. And it was stupid about me because like I won the race in France, I was in shape. But I start in Östersund with, okay, maybe I will finish 30. I take it. It's okay. I take it. I just give 100% of myself. I take it. And so I didn't make much better than this. I was like 20, 30. But I just wanted to put all my energy every day trying to get better. And it was my path last year. And maybe it's the year I'm the most proud of because there is no one single day that I didn't put everything I had, you know?
Yeah.
No run day, even if it was a bad race, the day after I was like, okay, I know I can do it better and I will do it. And for example, if you take my week in Ruhpolding.
Yeah, very good.
Very good. The day just before in Oberhof, like shit. But on the road to Ruhpolding, I was driving the car and I was like, okay, I was bad, but I can be better. And I will try how. I will figure it out, but I will do it. And so all year long, I was like that. And when I came to the World Champs, my goal was, the problem was, I think when I came to the World Champs, I had already the shape to try to get medals. But on my head, I was not so much ready. I was just looking for, okay, I want to come back to my home and to be able to see me on the mirror without saying, yes, no, I didn't give everything I could. No, but my goal was only to put everything I could. I made it. So I have no regrets about there's a world champ, even if sometimes it's just because of one bullet or at this shoot I did this, but if I did something else, something different, I don't care. I give everything I could. And so when I came to Oslo and then the US trip, I felt confidence back with my shape on the skis. And I was in a way like, maybe it was great because it was in US and Canada with less medias and public and everything. Because I was like, yeah, fuck it, I will do what I love. I don't care. I don't care if I want to shoot fast, I shoot fast. If I want to attack on the track, I would do it. And then races in Canmore, I loved it so much. Maybe for some people, it's like, wow, this guy is crazy. He was 20 after the first shoot, and now he's leading the group before the second shoot. So what, man? So what? There is no rules. We forget that sometimes. Of course, if you want to win, that's not the best way to win, of course. And I agree with that. But for me, this is the best way to enjoy and to be happy at the end of the day. If there is a result, that's the best. And maybe that's why I'm not so much constant, because I put too much energy on what I improve, how am I feeling on race, because I want to enjoy more than just I want to win, you know. And the only time I try to do it, it's the year for the Olympics. So when I was a yellow jersey in January. Yeah. But seriously, I was really, really strong, but I was not so happy, you know, because only Le Grand Bornand. But for me, Le Grand Bornand it's the best weekend to feel who I am. Like at the pursuit, I was 10 on 10 on prone. I was leading, and I remember I was scared to go to sending. I was scared. So Quentin passed me just before the shoot, and me, because the shooting range was icy, I don't know what I'm doing, but I tried to warm the shooting range for a few seconds, and so I'm scared. That's all, I'm scared. And so I finished, I don't remember, 7 or 10, something like that. I missed 5 bullets on the standing shooting. Yeah. And the day after, it's not ego, but the day after, when I attacked in the second lap, I was like, okay, you are stressed? It's like when you push a boy who is stressed to talk to everybody, you push him on the sand and say, okay, no, you do. You have no other choice. And this day, I attacked the second lap because I didn't want to have another choice than make great race with confidence and to dare, you know? And so I have these two parts of me, and that's the hardest to find this balance.
Yeah, I mean, I also saw that you did in Soldier Hollow your first podium since December 2022.
Oh my God, seriously? Wow, okay.
So you didn't have that on your plan that it's so long?
No, it was not on my plan. Yeah, but in a way, I finished a lot of times fourth. Yeah. But it was not my plan at all. No, of course not. But it's in a way, I'm happy about my career because it's a career a bit like a life. There is not just up, there is up and down, you know? So I take it and I try to get better every time. So yeah, I think this year I felt confident. I worked well. I think my shape on the ski is the best I never had. So wait and see.
Okay. So let's maybe talk in the end a little bit about the actual season, the current season, the off season.
Yeah.
How's it going for you?
Great. I made my first photography exhibition.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's insane.
Of course, I meant on skis, but I mean, I saw your summer results and you seem to be in a very good shape right now.
Yes, I am. Seriously, sometimes you have to accept, yes, I'm in shape. I will not lie. I feel good. I still improve. I try to still improve my shooting. Now I have more accuracy and I'm more constant. But now the only things I still have to continue to work on is to be able to have this capacity of being relaxed during race, you know? Yeah. Because make shooting fast, slow, different kind of shooting on training, I'm able to do it. There is no problem. But to make it on race, that's the hardest. You just have to have this confidence on yourself that you are able to make it. And me, the problem, for example, in Soldier Hollow or in Canmore, there is bad shoot I made and then it was better. Because I think sometimes it's too easy to take the easiest path, like fast shooting, there, go on. Then, okay, I will try to make clean shooting, but with more calm. And for me, it was hard last year because I didn't felt good on that. So I'm able to start with, but after 2 or 3 bullets, wow, I feel it's too long. I don't feel good. And so that's the things I want to continue to work on and to try to put in already in session for the season opening to see if I'm able to do it.
Yeah, I also saw that you said in a recent interview that you are entering your best years now with your age. So can we expect now the best Emilien ever?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes, man.
So any special goals there?
Any special goal? I think the goals, like a lot of athletes, is more about Olympics last year. But in a way, I'm more thinking like if I don't want to finish my career with these feelings like, oh, man, I had a lot of possibility, capacity, and I didn't make it. So I want to push mentally higher. I want to push more to be able to go at my best level possible. And I think on the ski, it's easy because you just have to push hard and to follow a plan and to see what is the best for you. And I have confidence in that. But on shooting, it's just on my head. I mean, it's not about technical things right now. It's just my way of being confident and stay focused, humble. Don't shoot too fast, don't shoot too slow. Be myself, but in a way, continue to evolve. You see, that's the goal. That's the goal.
So it's not like winning the total score or doing a World Cup win and so on?
Well, of course it is. It's not only to improve. It's I want to reach my best level ever for an overall. Yeah. Of course, if it's win, it's win. But
yeah, you take it.
Yeah, of course. But you know what I mean? Maybe I'm not able, me as I am, to do better as fifth. I don't know. But I will try to do better. I will try. I will put everything I am. And we will have the same podcast next year. And we say, oh, no, shit, I didn't make it. Oh, yes, maybe. But I want to improve. I mean, that's that. Also, of course, the goal is to try to win it one day. But I have this experience to know that now the path is more important than just saying that, yeah, I want to reach that. Of course, it's important to have goals. But goals without path, it's mean nothing.
But you also talk a lot about the Olympics. So is 2030 still a thing for you?
Yeah, it is. It is. I was talking about that with friends. I would like to be there, of course. How? I don't know.
I mean, 34, it's a good age still when you look at Taye.
Yeah, it's still, yeah, of course. Yeah, but I think it's more about how you feel in life generally. Yeah. I mean, of course, I think I'm able to have a good capacity on shooting on the track at 44. But maybe the young generation will kick my ass. Maybe maybe I want to do something else, you know. So it's hard to know. But of course, it's in the way of my mind.
Yeah, maybe with photography, is that the thing that you want to do after your career?
Yeah, I can. I think after my career, I want to do a lot of things. I'm really curious, someone curious. So for me, photography is more a way to express myself. Different as a biathlon. And but you know, there is things like I love music, I love videos, I love photography, and I just don't want to put limits on the things I want to do. And as I say, to make the exhibition, it was really stressful. You know, I'm not a photographer, but I wanted to express it and to share it. And it was the first time since I have 15 years old. But people saw me for something else than just being a biathlete, you know. And it was so fun to discover so much people. Of course, some people, they just wanted to make a selfie with me. And then, okay, goodbye. Photo, don't care. But there is the opposite. I saw people, they are photographers, they don't know me as a biathlete. And they were looking photos for what they are. And so for me, it was a way to finish a period where I felt bad, and I expressed myself on photography much more than in biathlon.
But it could also be the case that you will be a rapper after your career or something like that.
Man, yeah, rapper, I don't know, but if I have to start a new life, I would like to be a producer. Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah,
that's
seriously, nice. It's one of my biggest hobby. I love music. I listen a lot. I try to not to make songs because I'm bad, so I will not say I make songs, but I'm really curious about that, and everything is about creativity. I love it.
Yeah. But are you still gaming? Like you, I know you were a good gamer in Call of Duty, right?
This is creativity, huh? Yeah. I play a lot with two friends of me. One is dad since not so long time. So I think his career will stop soon. And the other, maybe it's the same. So I think, I'm more close of my end of career of Call of Duty than biathlon.
But I think there are still some gamers in the biathlon family, right?
Yeah. There is.
The Norwegians and so on.
Yeah, they play a lot. I don't know if they play on... I had to play with Johannes on Warzone on Call of Duty one day, but with his family, it was hard to find time for that. And since this time, I think he never played again. But yeah, it's nice sometimes just to think about something else. And for everybody, we have different way of doing that. And me, everything is about creativity and video games is not just for playing. I mean, I don't play alone, but playing with my friends is more to share with them things that when I'm on World Cup, on training camp, I can't be with them.
Okay, yeah, I think so. Let's wrap this up here, and it's long enough. But you have to come back. You have to come back because I have like 2 or 3 more sites here for you. Yeah. But your answers were a little bit longer than expected.
Yeah, sorry, man.
No, it's perfect. It was, I think it was one of the best talks I've ever had here. So thank you very much for that.
Yeah, I don't cheat when I talk. That's in a way, it's a problem because I saw that in my career, but when you share too much, it's easy that people give you back bad things about that. So.
Okay.
But I'm like that.
Yeah, next time we will talk about that.
Yeah.
But before you leave, tell our audience where they can find you if they want to see or know more about you, like Instagram and so on. What do you have?
No, I don't care about that, man.
Okay.
No, seriously, it's they are watching what they want to see.
Okay. Yeah, okay. So thank you very much and see you next time.
Ja, see you, man.
Leute, das ist doch eines dieser Gespräche, für das man wirklich lebt oder für das ich zumindest lebe. Also ich habe es geliebt und ich glaube, ich hatte wirklich selten ein Gespräch, das so offen war, wo ich wirklich das Gefühl hatte, der hat so gar kein Problem damit, über seine Gefühle zu sprechen, über seine Gedanken auch zu den Phasen und ich fand es auch beeindruckend, was für ein Gedächtnis der Mann noch hat. Also der erinnert sich ja wirklich noch an jedes Detail aus 2017, 16, 18, an all diese Dinge, die hat er noch haargenau im Kopf und das fand ich schon wirklich verrückt, aber auch auf der anderen Seite sehr beeindruckend zu sehen. Und ich wollte mal zurückkommen zu diesem kleinen Insider, den Emilien und ich hatten, denn ich habe ja schon angedeutet, es war ein kleiner Kampf, also ein Kampf nicht wirklich in dem Sinne, aber es hat auf jeden Fall eine Zeit gedauert, bis ich ihn hier in den Podcast reinbekommen habe, denn wir haben die letzten Jahre immer mal wieder geschrieben über, ja, ich weiß es nicht, Gott und die Welt. Er hat mir sogar mal einen Beitrag geschickt, als irgendein deutsches Portal, ich glaube Sport 1 oder so, über ihn berichtet hatte, dass er irgendwie der Bad Boy des Biathlons ist. Ich glaube, das war diese Aktion, als Eric Lesser ihn damals 2021 im Massenstarter angesprochen hatte, it's not necessary to be the bad boy hier, Emilien. Und er mich dann gefragt hat, hör mal, weißt du, warum die sowas über mich schreiben? Und ich dachte mir so, nee, kein Plan, Mann. Aber auf jeden Fall hatten wir seit gut einem Jahr jetzt den Deal, also es war wirklich, ich habe nochmal nachgeguckt, ziemlich genau Ende Oktober letzten Jahres, dass er in den Podcast kommt, wenn er den nächsten Weltcupsieg holt. Das war seine eigene Aussage. Und jetzt saß ich natürlich da die ganze Zeit wie auf heißen Kohlen, denn der Sieg, der kam ja einfach nicht. Also es gab so ein paar Situationen, zum Beispiel die Rennen in Ruhpolding, da war mit der Startnummer, ja, so im Mittelfeld unterwegs und da habe ich schon gehofft, ey, heute ist vielleicht dieser Tag, wo er endlich diesen Sieg holen könnte. Ja, und dann ist er doch nicht gekommen und auch den restlichen Winter hat er es dann nicht mehr ganz hinbekommen. Eric Perrot war ja dann auch nochmal knapp vor ihm in Soldier Hollow im Sprint. Und ich habe es dann auch versucht, zur WM-Zeit in Novo Mesto noch auf die Staffel auszuweiten, womit er auch einverstanden war. Also hätten sie da ihren Titel verteidigt in der Männerstaffel, dann wäre er auch direkt in den Podcast gekommen. Aber dazu ist es auch nicht gekommen. Und jetzt bei den französischen Meisterschaften im September, da hat er ja gewonnen und da meinte ich nochmal zu ihm, ey, zählt das jetzt eigentlich auch? Und er meinte nur, let's go, I'm all yours. Also, ja Leute, damit hatte ich ihn endlich und dann ist es letzte Woche zu diesem Gespräch gekommen. Und ihr habt es mitbekommen, er hat ja wirklich auch sehr detailreich geantwortet und dadurch bin ich mit meinen Fragen wirklich gar nicht durchgekommen. Ich wollte natürlich noch diese Bad Boy-Sache ansprechen und auch noch viele andere Dinge, aber ja, ich weiß nicht, dieser Flow hat es nicht so wirklich zugelassen. Also ich musste da immer wieder auch drauf eingehen, was er da gesagt hatte und fand es dann selber so spannend. Und ich glaube, dieses Gespräch wäre wirklich am Ende 3 Stunden lang geworden. Deshalb musste ich irgendwann den Cut machen, aber er hat ja selber gesagt, er wird nochmal zurückkommen. Und ich denke, das werde ich dann auch spätestens nach dem Winter nochmal angehen. Und dann wird es einen zweiten Teil geben, wo wir dann einen Rückblick auf die kommende Saison haben werden und dann natürlich auch noch auf die Punkte eingehen, die ich gerade eben angesprochen habe. Also ich habe jetzt schon Bock drauf und ich hoffe, ihr auch, Leute. Aber schreibt mir doch wie immer gerne Feedback oder Wünsche auf Instagram oder wo auch immer. Guckt auch mal in die Shownotes rein, da findet ihr alle Links, alle Wege, wie ihr mich erreichen könnt oder whatever. Und dann kann ich doch nur noch sagen, Leute, aktiviert diese Glocke, damit ihr keine Folge verpasst hier bei Spotify oder wo auch immer ihr das hört. Gebt mir natürlich auch 5 Sterne. Wenn ihr nicht genug von diesen Biathlon-Interviews bekommt und teilt das mit all euren Freunden, um diese Message des Biathlons auch zu verbreiten. Und dann bin ich in der nächsten Woche wieder zurück. Leute, macht's gut. Bis dahin, habt eine schöne Woche. Ciao.
Das war die Extra-Runde für diese Woche. Neue Folgen gibt es jeden Montag, überall, wo es Podcasts gibt.